about 3.5 or 4 years of her life. I've had her the rest of her time, but she has some issues. So, what can you tell us about her?
Yeah, so we're talking about connecting with her. She has a very old soul. It's a very old soul. What I mean by that is she's very, very wise, very staunch. She's been through a lot, but the interesting thing about it is our animals understand their past, but they don't live in that past. They live in the moment, and they work every day to fulfill their purpose for being here. So she's not worried about that past. So if that's one of the things that you have concern about, then don't let that worry you, because she's learned a lot, even though it's been a tough life she's had before you found her. Obviously, it's a very she's sort of a muse for you. Does she do a lot of work with you? Is she always there when you do the radio shows or doing your computer work or those type of things?
Yeah, she's always beside me. She doesn't like to break away, even to go outside.
Yeah. She's saying she's doing good work, is what she says. So I think it's even more of you feel that you've rescued her and helped save her, which you absolutely have. But that bond, I think, is much deeper as well. I think she's there to sort of lead you and guide you down these new paths, these things that you've been wanting to do that now you're starting to accomplish. And so I think I would just definitely continue to use her as your muse and your inspiration for a lot of the things that you do.
Wow.
Now the rest of the things about her are a little bit of uncertainty and timid type things. Maybe some of is she a little occasional TT on the floor?
Yeah.
So those type of things, they'll start to get better as she becomes a little bit more secure. But one thing you can do is actually just talk to her, explain to her what the situation is. Explain to her what she needs to do and why, and most importantly, why is it going to be a good thing? So what I mean by that is when she has a little accident in the floor, it doesn't do any good to yell or scream or, not to say that you do, but,
right.
It never positive to be able to, scold them or punish them at that point. What you need to do is explain to her that you understand that she's still a little nervous and a little bit timid at times, and occasionally she'll have an accident on the floor, and you understand that, and you're going to try to help her every way you can. What she needs to do is continue to be a good, strong girl and to help you out and let you know when she has to go potty outside, because this is going to make her feel a lot better, and it's going to make mommy feel really happy. And when you verbalize these things to her, she understands the verbalization that you're giving to her. They understand the words that we're telling them. Secondly,
Really?
when you speak, oh yes, they definitely understand the words that you're saying to them.
Wow.
And in addition, animals are very visual creatures. They pick up on visualization very well. And when you speak to an animal, you're automatically verbalizing the words. You're verbalizing the words, but you're automatically visualizing the words that you're saying, whether you know it or not. And they're picking up on that visualization. And then the third thing that's doing for you is when you're speaking these words to them and the visualization is also coming out, you also feel better. It puts you at a higher vibration because you're getting those words off your chest. You're explaining the situation, and you feel better about the situation as well. So yeah, definitely talk to her. And I always tell people to talk to them in that fashion. Let them know what the situation is, what they need to do, and why is it going to be a good thing for them.
Okay, and so she has some fears, like when people, and it can be, my granddaughter who lives next door, walk into the room, she barks. She's a yapping barker, and it's because she's afraid. And even at night, she likes me to pet her a little while before she goes to bed. When I call her upon me, every night she does it, but she kind of looks afraid. How can I help her not be afraid?
Well, first of all, with the barking, one of the things I would suggest is try to recognize when she barks and actually applaud her for it. Now, that may sound counterproductive, but when they're barking, a lot of times sometimes it's a fear factor, sometimes it's a job they've assigned to themselves to let you know, hey, someone's in the room, someone's here to visit, someone's outside the door, someone's outside in the yard. So they're letting you know. And simply by telling her that, recognizing what it is, whether the person's coming to the room or someone's outside, you let her know that, hey, great, I see her outside, good job, keep up the great work. Now I need you to lay down and be a good girl and feel good about everything, because this is going to make mommy happy. So once again, this is talking it through, what the situation is, what she needs to do, and why is it going to be a good thing. And she'll start learning she'll start learning. It'll take some time because she's still, even though you've had her for a little while, she's still learning the ropes and still getting her confidence to the level that she needs to.
Right.
So the more positive reinforcement you give her, the better she's going to respond.
Right, because the person who had her before me really did like her. She just doesn't. She thinks there's nothing wrong with keeping them in a little cage and breeding them every time they come in heat. I mean, that's what she believes. And so the woman was good to her, and I think that makes it kind of hard for Tootsie to trust me now, because she doesn't trust just because you're good to her, you're going to treat her the way she needs to be treated.
Right, and she's not confident that, even though you've had her for a while, she's not confident that this is what she's supposed to be doing and that she's going to be staying there. So you want to continue to reinforce that with her. And so, it's just like talking to a child or someone else in your household, that has a little bit of fear, a little bit of lack of confidence. The more you work with them, the more you talk to them, and the more you reassure them with your positive energy that everything's going to be great, the better they're going to respond.